What if I told you that one young tennis star from the Philippines is just a few tournaments away from changing the future of women's tennis forever? After shocking the world at Wimbledon, defeating one of the biggest champions in the sport, and capturing the attention of millions of fans, Alex Eala is entering the most important chapter of her career. But the biggest question isn't what she's already achieved, it's whether she can prove that her incredible Wimbledon run was only the beginning. Because the road to the US Open isn't filled with celebrations. It's filled with pressure, expectations, and some of the toughest opponents on the WTA Tour. Every tennis superstar has a beginning, and Alex Eala's story didn't start under bright stadium lights. It started on smaller courts where ranking points were earned through determination rather than headlines. Coming from a country with very little history in women's professional tennis, Eala had to build her career almost entirely from scratch. Every tournament meant another opportunity to prove she belonged among the world's best. Every victory pushed her one step closer to a dream that once seemed impossible. Then everything changed. A breakthrough performance in Miami introduced Alex Eala to the tennis world. Suddenly, fans everywhere were talking about the fearless teenager who defeated elite opponents and refused to be intimidated by bigger names. That tournament wasn't simply a surprise, it was proof that a new contender had arrived. Instead of slowing down, Eala kept improving. She reached important finals, captured valuable titles, and climbed steadily through the WTA rankings. Each tournament strengthened her confidence while sending a clear message to the rest of the tour: this wasn't a lucky run, she was building something much bigger. Still, one question followed her everywhere. Could she keep winning once the spotlight became brighter? Many young stars burst onto the scene before fading away under the weight of expectations. Opponents begin studying their game, every match becomes tougher, every victory becomes harder to earn. Would Alex Eala become another short-lived sensation? Or was she preparing for something truly special? By 2026, those questions began answering themselves. Eala climbed to a career-high ranking inside the world's top 30, becoming one of the highest-ranked players ever produced by the Philippines. It wasn't just another ranking milestone, it was history for an entire nation. Then came Wimbledon. The tournament where careers are made. The tournament where legends are born. And this time, Alex Eala wasn't simply hopping to compete. She was ready to shock the world. In the third round, she faced one of the biggest names in women's tennis, a reigning Wimbledon champion and one of the sport's most accomplished players. Nearly everyone expected the favorite to advance comfortably. Instead, the impossible happened. Alex Eala played with fearless confidence from the opening point. She matched her opponent's power, absorbed the pressure, and refused to back down when the biggest moments arrived. Point after point, game after game, belief started growing, not only inside her but inside the crowd watching history unfold. When the final point was won, center court erupted. Alex Eala had eliminated the defending Wimbledon champion. It instantly became one of the tournament's biggest stories. But she wasn't finished. She continued her remarkable run, collecting impressive victories and reaching the round of 16, the deepest Grand Slam singles run ever achieved by a Filipino player. History had been rewritten. More importantly, the tennis world could no longer ignore her. What made the achievement even more impressive was Eala's reaction afterward. There were no wild celebrations. No bold predictions. No promises about winning Grand Slams. Instead, she calmly explained that the experience simply gave her more confidence moving forward. That quiet confidence revealed exactly why so many people believe she's different. While others celebrate one breakthrough, Alex Eala immediately shifted her attention to the next challenge. Because she knew something many fans forget. Grass court success doesn't guarantee hard court success. With the North American swing and the US Open rapidly approaching, a completely different test was waiting. The celebrations were ending. Now the real work was about to begin. Returning home after a historic Wimbledon run, Alex Eala wasn't greeted like an ordinary athlete. She was welcomed like a national hero. Thousands of fans gathered to celebrate the young tennis star who had accomplished something no Filipino player had ever done before. Shopping malls filled with supporters hopping for a glimpse of their new sporting icon. Children dressed like Alex, proudly carrying rackets and dreaming of following in her footsteps. Her success had become much bigger than tennis. It had become a symbol of hope for an entire country. During her homecoming events, Eala met fans, thanked supporters, and reflected on the incredible journey that had brought her to this moment. She expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support but made one thing perfectly clear. This was not the finish line. It was only the beginning. That mindset is exactly what separates elite athletes from everyone else. Many players would spend weeks celebrating the biggest achievement of their careers. Alex Eala chose a different path. She appreciated the moment, but her attention was already shifting toward the next challenge waiting on the calendar. Because professional tennis never stops. While fans were still celebrating her Wimbledon breakthrough, the WTA rankings continued to change. Eala slipped one place despite keeping the same number of ranking points, a reminder of how competitive life on the professional tour truly is. Every week matters. Every tournament matters. And every match can change a player's future. That reality meant there was little time to relax. The North American hardcourt season was about to begin, bringing a completely different style of tennis. Hard courts demand patience, physical endurance, and consistency over long rallies. Success on grass doesn't automatically translate to success on hard courts, which is why many players struggle during this transition. For Alex Eala, this would be the biggest test of her career. After a short break in the Philippines, she boarded a flight to the United States to begin preparations for one of the most important stretches of the season. First came the DC Open. Then the National Bank Open. After that, Cincinnati. And finally, the tournament every player dreams about. The US Open. It was a demanding schedule packed with world-class competition and valuable ranking points. Every match would offer another opportunity to prove that Wimbledon wasn't simply a magical 2 weeks, it was the beginning of a lasting rise. One of the most exciting storylines during her return was her doubles partnership with tennis legend Venus Williams. Sharing the court with one of the greatest champions in the history of women's tennis wasn't just another doubles appearance. It was a rare opportunity to learn from someone who has experienced nearly every challenge professional tennis can offer. For a young player like Eala, that experience could become just as valuable as any ranking points. Despite all the growing excitement, Eala continued repeating the same message. She wasn't thinking about reaching a specific round at the US Open. She wasn't talking about rankings. She wasn't making bold predictions. Instead, she remained focused on taking every tournament one match at a time. That calm approach may sound simple, but it's often what separates players who enjoy one great season from those who build lasting careers. The pressure surrounding Alex Eala has never been greater. Fans believe she can become the first Filipino Grand Slam champion. Experts see the potential for a top 20 ranking. Opponents now recognize her as a dangerous player capable of defeating anyone on the tour. But expectations alone never win matches. Preparation does. Discipline does. And consistency does. The next few weeks will reveal whether Alex Eala can transform one unforgettable Wimbledon run into something even bigger. Can she carry her confidence onto hard courts? Can she continue climbing the rankings? And can she arrive at the US Open ready to challenge the very best players in the world? One thing is certain. The tennis world will be watching every step of her journey. And if her recent performances are any indication, this remarkable story may only be getting started. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Alex Eala's journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We'll be covering every major match, every breakthrough moment, and every twist in her incredible rise throughout the hardcourt season and beyond.